And finally, the last movie you're probably going to get to watch before I get back, and if you finish this movie, just take a few days to have a study hall because I don't want to start the fourth one until I get home. The next one is The Cotton Club. The Cotton Club is a really bizarre film. It's the closest you're ever going to find, I think, to a movie having a nervous breakdown. The story behind The Cotton Club is arguably more interesting than the movie itself. But the story goes that it was the brainchild of a producer named Robert Evans. Robert Evans had been a big player in the 70s, in the cocaine-fueled heyday of cinema. He was the guy behind Rosemary's Baby, Love Story, The Godfather, but always sort of smarted that nobody he felt took him seriously. And so he was determined to get back in the 80s, to get back into the game. And he stumbles across a picture book all about the Cotton Club, which was a real-life nightclub in Harlem. It was all black talent for an all-white audience. And he looked at it, and the story goes, it's got music, it's got sex, it's got violence. How could I lose? So he options the book for a movie. But the problem is, it's a picture book. There's no story. So to make the story, he hires the writer of The Godfather, who tries to write a story around it, just doesn't really come up with much. To direct the movie, he hires Francis Ford Coppola, who directed The Godfather. But the thing of it is that Coppola hates Robert Evans. He just does it only because he's desperate for money. Coppola and Evans then fight constantly over the direction of this movie, and that you can really see when you watch the film. The other thing you can notice is that there is no script. There are days in which they apparently were filming with no script because it hadn't been finished yet. They were filming on such a day-to-day basis that they never really got it taken care of. As a result, you get a movie that you can kind of see what they were trying to do, but Lord, does it get weird at parts. Especially when you get towards the tail end of the film, you just sort of throw up your hands and going, what? It's again, a movie having a nervous breakdown. It doesn't make it a bad film, just a weird film. Bob Hoskins, who you might remember I talked about previously in The Untouchables, plays Oni Madden, the guy who owns the Cotton Club. So that guy could have been Al Capone as well. You're also going to notice the actor who plays Lucky Luciano is a wonderful character actor who shows up in a lot of other movies as well, usually as a big thug, where I love him to death. Richard Gere, though, plays the main character, and one of my favorite stories about this movie is that Richard Gere learned to play I want to say it's not the trumpet. It looks like a trumpet, but it's a cornet. Cornet, I think, is the correct answer on that one. He plays the cornet, and he studied song playing cornet. He got really pissed off when they tried to take it out of the movie, so he demanded that he get to play the cornet in the movie. And so that's why you'll notice in the opening credits there's a special thing all about cornet solos by Richard Gere, because this was in his contract. He demanded this, which I find just sort of hilarious. The female lead is a young Diane Lane. Gregory Hines is in this, and the story goes that Gregory Hines was so desperate to be in this movie because he also wanted to be taken seriously. He was mainly known as a dancer. He was so desperate he went to Robert Evans' house and broke into a tap dance on the man's desk, which is why, again, the movie has to stop dead periodically so he can have a dance number, because that's what he did. So enjoy it. Like I said, it's a weird film, but I definitely think it's worth watching. So see you when I come back. And again, if you finish this film before the end of the second week, I will pretty much just let you guys have a study hall because I don't want to start the next film because it's one of my favorites. So I will see you later.